All right, we're shooting. Good morning and welcome to this month's edition of Sustainability 101. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about air quality and air emissions on the 10 biggest universities in the US. So in my study I analyzed Ohio State and 9 other universities that are similar size and across the US. Here we have the Sustainability Tracking and Assessment Rating System through a STARS program of AASHE. I first looked at the outdoor air quality for Ohio State, and then I moved on to other universities. As you can see in the graphic here, Ohio State ranks relatively low in comparison to some of the other schools' emissions. I first analyzed quite a few air emissions. I analyzed nitrogen oxide, sulfur oxides, carbon monoxide, particulate matter, ozone, lead, hazardous air pollutants, and ozone depleting compounds. But I then did a further study where I just analyzed the 4 top potent emissions, including nitrogen oxide, sulfur oxide, carbon monoxide, and particulate matter. This graph gives us a little bit better of an idea of where the universities rank. Why I was really interested in doing this analysis was because I'm very interested in the public health sector and how air emissions really affect neighboring communities and our campus. Here at Ohio State we have a microgrid, a Kraken power plant, and I always see the smokestacks really going off in the winter months, and I'm just wondering what it is we're exactly breathing in. So I wanted to do a little further study. As you can see on the graphics here, Ohio State's air emissions are relatively low in comparison to some other universities such as Indiana, Michigan State, and Illinois. Some of the other universities, as you could imagine, that were pretty low, universities like University of California at Irvine, Colorado Boulder, Central Florida, and Wisconsin. And this might have something to do with not being in a city center like Ohio State is, or just perhaps they have better air emissions standards or scrubbers or some sort of energy transmission instead of energy production like we here have at Ohio State. So the Sustainability Tracking Assessment and Rating System is entirely self-reporting, so that's a factor that could lead into some of the analysis. Whether the universities are being completely honest or not is out of my knowledge, but these are all self-reports from universities' officials, so that's a little bit about the reporting system. Let's see. As my analysis continues, it seems like Ohio State is doing a pretty solid job with their air emissions and air quality. That doesn't say much about the neighboring communities or the power grid in Columbus as a whole, but here at Ohio State we have pretty solid air quality. Don't think about any warnings soon. Yeah, so all the metrics are measured in tons. So here on the vertical axis we have tons of air emissions, and here on the horizontal axis we have university campuses, and our legend here is the 4 important toxins that I measured. Thank you.